What's going on? Welcome to Frenchie's Forge. Today we're going to be taking a look at my pocket style sheaths. And just to show you kind of the process, it's really not as hard as you may think. If you haven't made a leather sheath before for your knives, I definitely think that you can do it. Here you can see this design is super basic and simple. It's essentially just a rectangle, and I'm using Vegetan leather. This is 8-ounce leather, and I'm doing a little bit of tooling work. That just means I'm getting the skin portion wet and stamping in a design. I'm not the best at this, but at least it gives it a little extra character. So once that's complete, you have it cut out, you have it stamped. If you're going to tool it, you can go ahead and put a little bit of leather dye on it. And I like to do that before I sew it up. It just makes it a little bit easier. Once your dye is dry, you can go ahead and glue in your welt. That is that tan piece of leather that you can see that goes in between the taco of the sheath, so to speak, and that just helps protect the stitches. And then I normally do the drill press, just punching holes for the stitching. It's a little bit quicker and easier. You can also punch them manually with the Trident tool. And then once we have them all punched out, I'm going to go ahead and get about 6 times the amount of string here and start to thread the needle. You can see once you get it through the eye of the needle, you just pull enough to be able to turn it back onto the needle and poke it. And once you're through, you just pull that remaining part of the string or the yarn back on itself. And then we're going to be doing the saddle stitch. You start by entering all the way through, and then you're just going to go back and forth as you can see me doing here. It's a pretty well-known stitch, and I'm sure there's other ways to do it. This is the only one that I know and the only one that I do, but it's really easy. And you can see in no time we make it all the way down the sheath. This stitch is great because you can pull it tight to make sure that your entire stitch line is nice and tight. Once you're done, you can go ahead and cut off the remainder and melt it back down to finish the stitch. All we really have left is just to clean it up a little bit on the belt grinder, make sure that the edges are even, and then we're going to go back in and dye it and burnish the edge, and that really helps to just get the natural oils in the leather out to the surface to kind of seal it. I finish it off with a little bit of saddle soap for sheen, and that's it. There you go. You now have a wicked cool pocket sheath. No belt loop to get in the way. It's just something that holds the knife nice and tight that you can stick in your pocket. Really appreciate you guys watching. Catch you in the next one.